Hi folks, I'm Aslin Law from AZ Entertainment. Welcome to another episode of Fun, Fabulous Food Down Under with Conjurup Annajane, or AJ as we call her. Today we've got a few friends joining us. So before we get over to AJ in Australia, let's go say a quick hello to our friends. Firstly, let's start with Cook with Sally over in Somerset in England. Hi Sally, how are you?
I am very well, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me, Lynn. And hello, Lenny.
Hi, Sally.
I'm sorry, I just lost it. I am Sally from www.cookwithsally.com, and it's lovely to be here.
Excellent. It's great to have you. You know, I love having you. I tell you why. It's for selfish reasons, because I love your kitchen.
Oh, thank you. I have everything hanging from the ceiling.
Yes, we can see that. Right. And if Sally appears a little out of sorts because she's still waiting for that beer her husband promised her.
I know.
Man. Now we're going to go over to Trinidad to say hello to the great Larry Fadillier. Hi, Larry.
Hi, Aslin. It's good to be on. Hi, AJ. Hi, Sally.
Hi.
Last time I was in a hangout with you, as was when I was in Denver, wasn't it?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, Simply Singapore, the one that you were hosting. Yeah.
It's good to be back.
It's been a while. It's really good to be on. I forgot how good it is to be on a hangout with you. Go on.
Yeah, that was my last hangout, actually.
What's that? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
We need to get you back in the groove. Thanks, Larry.
I know.
Now we're gonna go over to AJ in Sydney. Hi, AJ.
Yeah. I'm in Sydney, and for once I have hit it on the head. Do you know the first meal that they served to the G20 summit? A barbecue. So we're very on point this morning. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do salads and things because you can work that out. The recipes I'm going to put up in the next 12 hours, so you'll be able to get them. And I'm going to work with three main ingredients. I'm going to do a piece of fish, and they're small because I only have a small pan. If I was to go out and barbecue now, my neighbours would kill me.
Okay, AJ, I'm gonna just interrupt you for a minute. For our viewers, let's tell them AJ is going to do barbecue recipes today, but she's going to cook it on the skillet because what time is it in Australia now?
6 o'clock.
There you go. So that's what she was saying. The neighbors will kill her. Yeah, so barbecue recipes but on the skillet. Go on, AJ.
Okay, so I'm going to work with some really prime ingredients, which I think is the key. The better the produce, the better result you're going to have. I have a friend who's a poultry breeder, and I've just got, see this tiny weeny little spatchcock or poussin. So I'm going to cook some of that. I've just broken it down. I'll just do a couple of pieces. And I'm going to do that in a lovely sort of, you'd be familiar, Aslan, with this. It's just a very aromatic sort of 5-spice, salt, pepper kind of thing.
Okay.
And what I find, and I just wanted to make sure that everybody's on the same page. You can do dry rubs on barbecues without a problem, but quite often, if the heat's too intense, it makes it really bitter, and you don't want that, you know? So in Australia, where barbecues are essentially, I guess they'd be as close to a national cuisine as we have, really. I was thinking about it the other day, and our Indigenous people have been barbecuing since sort of the beginning of time, and it wasn't big here because, as I said to you before, we had an incredible British influence. I'm going to work while we talk, if you don't mind.
Okay.
And then after the Second World War, when we had the European influx, barbecue started happening again. And by about the 60s, they became a very, very embedded thing into our culture.
Okay.
And it's continued on since then. Now I'm going to do according to the way they cook and how long it'll take. With this little spatchcock, what I've done is I've put the mix, which is this one here, and that is, it's a little bit of brown sugar, it's spice, it's salt, it's pepper, and I've put it in this bag. I'm just going to put a bit of olive oil in, and the reason I'm going to do that is because I just think it'll give it a better, it'll just make it easier to cook, really.
Yeah.
So,
and it'll adhere better to the meat as well, won't it, the marinade?
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, great. So you're just going to mix it all up.
By the way,
yeah.
Plastic bags are your friend. If ever you're doing a marinade, just whack it in a plastic bag with the olive oil, etc., and you will find that you end up with perfectly marinated pieces of meat.
Fully coated.
AJ.
Yep.
AJ, do you add fresh lemon juice when you do your marinade?
On some I do, on others I don't.
Okay.
We've got a new addition, Lisa Watson, who's just been entertaining 9 8-year-olds at her home today for a party. So
I'm feeling frazzled. Okay, please just continue. I'm happy to be here.
Great, thanks for joining us, Lisa. Go on, AJ. So you've got the spatchcock poussin.
I've got the spatchcock on, and you do realise that Australia is sort of land of booze and barbecues. That's what they say.
Now, so for those of you who don't know Lisa, shame on you. She's originally from New Zealand. So, do they barbecue as much there, Lisa?
Oh yes, yeah. I mean, they sure do. Even though there's a pretend rivalry between Australians and New Zealanders, we're very, very similar in the way one of the ways is we barbecue all the time.
Okay, cool, excellent. All right, let's go back to AJ.
Okay, so this is a beautiful piece of grass-fed beef, and with this one, I'm going to use a Cafe de Paris butter. Again, the recipe I'll put up for you, but I'm just going to cook it with some salt and pepper just to,
That's quite a thick piece of meat, isn't it? How long will that take to barbecue?
I would say probably 15 minutes.
Okay, but of course we are going for sort of, depends on how well that runs.
I was going to say, if you...
I'm a medium rare girl.
Yeah.
If you live in France, you would just go, psh, psh, and then that would be it, even for a piece that thick.
I do like it hot throughout or warm throughout.
So
I agree.
I guess the French style gives new meaning to the phrase bloody meat, right? Now I'm gonna just go over to Larry, because Larry lives in the tropics, which means that barbecue must be in your blood too. Tell us what sort of flavors do you like to barbecue with, Larry?
Well, like I said, we barbecue just about every weekend because the weather is so conducive. I like the dry rub. Fortunately, when I was in Denver, AJ sent me some of her spices, and I used this, and I'm still using it, AJ, for my rubs. I mix that with my rubs.
Excellent.
Which is mostly cumin, salt, pepper,
and
some cardamom.
Excellent.
Sorry. Yeah.
I've also just done a pepper rub, and this has got 4 or 5 types of pepper in it. It's got salt as well. It's got a little bit of sugar, but not very much. And I'm using that as a dry rub.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It's really pretty, but you could equally do that. You could equally do that with a bit of olive oil if you wanted.
Okay. Well, now while AJ is doing that, I'm just going to go back to what Larry mentioned just now. AJ sent me some samples as well. Now, for those of you who don't know, AJ has got her own food brand, Conjurup Food, and they are extremely good. She's got 4 cans. This is number 2, the meat rub, and it works. It's extremely well as a marinade and for lots of other things as well.
Are they spicy?
You'll get her exporting worldwide soon.
Are they spicy?
Some of them are spicy.
Some are spicy, some are not. I'm doing a lot of behind-the-counter work for butchers and restaurants and stuff, so I've got a whole lot of others apart from those 4. I'm just going to make. I don't know, Larry. You can all tell me what you think, but when I do fish, I like to keep it pretty simple because I love just the fish flavor to come through. And if you've got a lovely piece of fish, like this is just a lovely piece of ling. I think it's always nice just to grill it and then put a butter or something after it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I usually use
parsley butter.
Yeah, Larry, you were saying?
Yeah, I just usually use a garlic butter sauce.
Okay.
And squeeze a little lime when it's finished, and that's it.
That's it.
On fish. Yeah.
Okay. And what's the fish you've got there, AJ?
This is beautiful Australian ling, and again, it's a lovely thick piece.
It's a ling.
But I like it because it's a steaky fish, and it's a really good fish for barbecue.
Okay, great. I'm just gonna take a moment to say hello to folks. We've got Carmen, Jamal, Namal. Ooh, look, we rhyme as well. Let's go. Let's see what. Let's see what. God, will you stop moving? Comment tracker. Right. Carmen Mandage says, "I just love barbecues. This looks wonderful." And one more comment from Carmen before we move on to the others. I think the French are more into flambe. Are they? And Jamal, okay, I'll let Lisa read this. Lisa, go on.
Oups, je me suis trompée d'émission. Bon, ça ne fait rien plus tard. He can't make it at the moment. He made the wrong thing, and he'll be there later.
and he actually posted a comment earlier on saying, "Hi everyone, sorry I'm late." Right, and now I've got one for Larry here from Namal. Wow, Larry Fanilia, you are here too. Everyone's pleased to see Larry, so there you go.
Yeah, it's nice. Seen much of Larry.
Yeah, Aslan had to drag me out today, but I mean, I was gonna come anyway to see my my favorite Aussie foodie.
Yeah, he's been too busy gallivanting for the last for 2 months.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Anyway, back to the kitchen. So what you doing now, AJ?
So what I'm doing now is I'm just making a bit of a lemon butter. And by the way, I don't know whether you saw it, I've got this amazing butter. It's called Gympie Farm butter. And it literally is just made as you would make butter yourself. So they're Jersey cows and they're grass-fed, and it is just a really beautiful butter that's almost cheesy in its nature.
I do miss the butter from the Antipodes. It's something else. It's actually got a taste.
Yeah, I've got a New Zealand girl in the house, and we had Vegemite on toast last night. Are you using that butter? And I said yes, and she said, "Oh God, it's almost like cheese. It's yellow and delicious."
I'm just going to go over to Sally and ask her, did you get your beer? Did James bring you your beer?
Yes.
It's Stella Artois. Foster's or Stella Artois?
But he's got me full. He wanted one.
Why not? Why not?
I wanted one. But yes, it's nice. This is for you, AJ.
Oh, wow. There you go. Cheers.
Oh,
beer for the body.
Yes.
So how we doing over there?
In Australia?
Yes, over there in Australia. Back to you, AJ.
The spatchcock is doing really beautifully, and the steak is, it's getting there. It's not quite as quick as a barbecue, to be honest with you.
No.
But you can see on this steak, you can see that all of the pepper is embedded in there.
Yeah. Looks good.
And I must say, it's going to be an interesting breakfast.
I was going to say, what time is it there? Do you really want to be barbecuing at like 4 in the morning?
No, it's 6.
6. Our clocks, their clocks have moved forward and ours have moved backward, so we've actually come together. Kind of. Actually, we've gone that way, but that means 11-hour difference. Whatever. So it's 6 a.m. now. So Jamal's got a message for you. He says he misses you, Larry.
Well, it's always good to see Jamal. It's always good to see Jamal.
Absolutely. he puts
MJJ.
Yes. He puts the word. Well, anyway, he brings new meaning to the word fun.
The other thing I might do is I've got a little bit of space. So this beautiful little Pinocchio or fennel.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put some of that on the grill because that's always lovely. It doesn't matter, you know.
Okay. If you've got the spatchcock bird there,
Yes.
would you ever barbecue the whole bird without cutting it?
If you cut it in half and put it out.
Yeah. So you lay it flat. You lay it out flat. Okay.
Yeah. And my friend, she produces award-winning poultry, and I'm getting 6 of those for Christmas because they're awesome. They're like you literally growing the bird, chop the head off, pluck it.
Yes.
They're pasture raised. They're humanely certified. They're the only ones in Australia, I think. And it's just really, really good, you know, stuff. So that's what we want. And tell me, what with Christmas coming up, now an Aussie and New Zealand Christmas is quite different to England, isn't it, Lisa?
It sure is. It's barbecue season.
Yes. So we might get amazing seafood and throw it on the barbecue and have fresh oysters. And because although Lisa, probably when you were growing up and I was growing up, our parents were much more traditional. So we did a lot of the turkey thing, but we don't have the climate for it. It's really hot here. You know, what we want to be doing is having, you know, a nice cold beer and some seafood, really.
No, it's true, Annajane. Yeah, us growing up, we had the traditional Christmas pudding and everything, but my parents have now switched to barbecues instead because it's ridiculous. It's too hot. We go to the beach, have a barbecue, just go for a swim.
I've got a question here for Larry from Carmen. I know you're not saying much. Oh, we need to get Larry to talk more on the show. Have you eaten yet, Larry?
Actually, she's very perceptive. I have not eaten yet, and I'm getting hungry watching all that food.
Well,
Actually, just
now we know how to shut Larry up. We just starve him.
Oh, something that might be handy for the people watching. When you're cooking beef, if you press this part of your hand, that will be rare. That will be quite rare. If you touch this finger to this finger and just touch it, don't press it, you will get what a medium rare is. And if you just touch to the middle finger, that is like a really well done steak. And if you press your steak, you can get the feeling that you get on your finger. It's just a little cheap's way of working out, you know, when stuff's done.
That's very handy actually. AJ, Namal Diaz would like to know, what does it feel like making barbecue food at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Well, I'm lucky. I'm one of those people who says that you should eat whatever you feel like at any given time of the day. So I'm okay with that.
I can handle beef at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I concur.
I'll have some of this for breakfast.
No.
I mean, it's
so on the last show, AJ cooked prawn ravioli, but the ravioli were made from one-ton wrappers, and that's what she had for breakfast. So that was interesting.
And the other thing that I love about barbecue is, now this is the pepper one.
Okay.
That's done. This is the other one. Now, this one is the one that I'm going to do the Cafe de Paris butter on, and the recipe, as I said, will be on the website. Now, like anything, you need to rest things as you cook them to make sure the juices just flow and that sort of thing. So while I'm doing that, I'll just cook a little bit more fennel.
Okay. All of AJ's recipes can be found on her website. That's Conjurup Food. CONJUR. Conjurup.com. Yeah. Hang on.
So what I'll do is I'll put a link to that in the comment section.
Okay.
Good.
Conjurup.
The other thing is that they won't be up there for the next. It'll probably take me a few hours because I need to go back to bed.
After eating a steak.
Oh, well, hey,
No,
don't they say eating protein lets you have a good night's sleep?
Well, I should have eaten it last night because I didn't have a good night's sleep. That's for sure.
Right, I'm going to just ask Sally because I know she loves her barbecue, and you requested this, didn't you, Sally? What sort of favorite marinades do you use for barbecues?
Oh, very easy. I crush coriander, lemon juice, crushed, not ground, crushed cumin seed, yogurt, and I mix them all together and I leave it overnight in the fridge. Very easy. And garlic, sorry, ground garlic, not powder, fresh.
Okay. A touch of North African in that one, in that particular flavor, yeah?
But the chicken, it has to be, the skin has to be off. I love that. It has to be overnight.
Yeah.
Yes, it is North African.
Cool.
I like to do it overnight because the natural yogurt, and the lemon juice, they eat the meat, if it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yes, it cooks the meat as well. Okay.
Now,
all right.
I seriously, I could do barbecue for like probably 10 shows because there's so much that you can do, and I just love it. I think it's a really clean way of eating.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really simple way, and it's also one of those things that I think is great because in Australia, and this will be the same in New Zealand, it's always the man who barbecues.
Yes.
Because it's the only time he gets
not in my house. Not in my house. Not in my house. My husband can't cook. Full stop.
Australia and New Zealand, that's when the men think they can cook. And what they do,
also in France,
put everything onto a searingly hot pan because the hotter the better. And you know, the food generally just gets absolutely massacred. Because what you need to do is you don't want charcoal. You do want a good sort of grill mark, but you need to understand that if you're using spices and you put them onto a searingly hot pan, they will burn, they will be bitter. So you need to be a little bit careful of that.
But yes, true.
What's your view on that, Larry? I know you do a lot of barbecue.
What do you think, Larry, about high heat and spices burning?
Well, actually, when I do meat, I just do a simple, I just salt it before and let it sit out for about maybe 4 or 5 hours. And I just put it on a hot grill. Because I like my meat medium rare, I don't leave it long, maybe 3 to 4 minutes each side. And now when I used Conjurup AJ's rub, I actually put it on the meat while it was cooking, so it didn't burn per se. And but yes, if you put a dry rub on a very hot grill, it is going to burn and it is going to taste bitter depending on the ingredients that you use. But if you like to put a nice rub on it, put it just before you take it out, and it will get into the meat, it will get into the juices, and it'll give you a nice flavor. And that's what I did. And everybody, AJ, love your Conjurup concoction.
Concoction?
Yeah.
The marinade, yeah. Everybody loves
marinade, yeah.
Do you base it, Larry? Larry, do you base your barbecue as it's cooking, or you just turn it?
Well, if I have to use barbecue sauce, I would put the sauce after I take it out of the as soon as I take it off the grill, it's piping hot. I just rub a little wet sauce on it, and it also seals it in. So I usually don't sauce it while it's on the grill because the sugar in like I say, a barbecue sauce, a wet sauce, that will tend to bind the meat because of the hot grill. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Let's go back to and see what AJ is doing. AJ, I must say you're using your iPad tonight, and that's a pretty mean camera on the iPad, isn't it? It's
nice. It's nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to say that I'm pretty happy with it. I think we're not getting many jaggery bits, are we?
Not for you, no, not for you.
No. It's,
So what
looks
have
real
you
good.
done? Have you been slicing up your meat then? You've been slicing up your meat.
That's what I've been doing. Now, this one here, I'm just going to do an lean over here. Now, I'll just clean up the plate a little bit, but essentially, over here, I've got the beef with the Café de Paris butter, which sort of has herb and anchovy and a few things in it, and it's a very interesting butter that classically goes with a lovely beef steak. Now, you can see here that I think you can see it's quite easy.
Oh, back a bit, AJ. Put it back a little bit because I can't see it. Ah, perfect. There we go.
Yeah. So basically, you let your steak rest, put your butter on, and it'll. Normally, you would obviously not have these all on the one plate. Now, this one here is the one that I've used with the pepper, and I love this. And I've just developed this recently for some butchers, and I'm telling you, it is just the most delicious rub.
Okay.
And again, I've cooked very much medium rare. And then the little fish, I might put that on a separate plate.
Oh, there she goes. Yay. She goes off the camera to get something. I thought you weren't going to do that tonight.
What I'm going to do
That's what we call. Okay.
I'm going to put the fish on the fennel because I think fish deserves a little bit more than just the.
Yeah.
Now, see how that's really cooked perfectly. And what I did was I made up a bit of a just like a lemon butter with parsley in it. And again, I can't stress enough. Use really good salt and pepper. It really does make the difference. And I think people underestimate how much of a difference it makes. But if you mix all that together, and quite often I will do this, and I'll do it with 250 grams of butter or whatever, and just a bit of parsley and a bit of parsley over everything. But I'll just show you here. Yeah. You can see here that the spatchcock is really cooked.
Looks fabulous.
And it truly is. All of this is really easy. But don't underestimate barbecue. It's fantastic. And the other thing I was going to say is a lot of people think it's the easiest thing to cook in the world, but I don't happen to think it is, because getting it right is not as simple as some people think it is.
I agree.
True.
So, essentially, the fish, I'm happy with that. And what we would do, and Lisa, you probably do the same. There are some, and I may, if I've got time, I'll put it up. There are a couple of traditional salads that we do down here, and we do a traditional potato salad, and we do a
potato salad and coleslaw, right?
Rice salad.
Oh.
Okay.
Rice salad.
Yeah,
excellent.
Rice salad is quite nice.
So that's what you would. I was just going to ask you, what would you serve it with? So that's what you'd serve it with, your potato salad.
Oh, no, traditionally.
Traditional.
No. Now I wouldn't. I just do a big green salad. I do a couple of other interesting things, and good wine, good bread. you know.
Yeah, I have to say something. I love the idea of barbecue, and I love barbecue food. We don't do it often enough. But one of my pet peeves is when I'm invited to someone's home for a barbie, and there has been no thought has been given to the whole menu. You still have to have a menu for your barbecue.
Absolutely, and that's what I mean about barbecue and people underestimating. I've done a number of things here, but I probably would I'd choose within it, because the flavours that you do together really do have to match up. So if I was doing sort of the spatchcock with the Asian flavour, I'd go more for a more interesting salad. So I might do a green papaya or something like that salad, so that you get those aromats and the zestiness of that salad. If you're doing a traditional good steak, then obviously you're going to go with, for me, I'm going to go with probably a green salad. And with fish, well, you can do anything with fish. I might do a summer salsa, which is on my website, which is, you know, papaya and mango and red capsicum and red onion and coriander and lime juice, and it just makes the fish pop. So obviously you have to do that. And today I've just concentrated on the protein part, because there's just too much to do if you were to do it all in half an hour.
Because it's a half-hour show. Yeah. What do you traditionally serve with your barbecue, Sally? Besides the meat, what if you have a barbecue party? What do you serve?
I always make sure I cater whoever comes in. Like one of my friends, she just like plain food. Mainly I make. I got a rotisserie I got a barbecue area. I make like a Greek like a kebabs.
Okay.
And I like to cook a whole chicken. I don't chop. I whole chicken.
Okay.
And you know, big steaks, and then I slice it in front of everybody. I like to serve it with a heavy salad. So when you sit down, you don't move. And I'm the one who makes barbecue in my house, not my husband.
Okay.
So Sally, what were you expecting today? Something along these lines?
Honestly, I thought I was expecting. You're gonna laugh. I know it's early in the morning. I expected to have a hat and a Foster in your hand and tucking it all in. And you know what I mean? I didn't expect it to be like, oh, class.
I did think about putting on a hat and sunglasses and putting on some Nivea cream.
Honestly, I went to.
But then I thought.
Nah.
I thought I was going to get the hat because my son lived there, and he did one in Christmas by the beach, and he did all that. And I thought, yes, the hat and.
Yeah, we'll have to, but the thing is, because of the time difference, it's not easy to do.
I can do that, but those hats are specifically for tourists. Nobody actually does
it. She's lying. All Australians wear them all the time. I know. I come from down there all the time.
Lisa, now that I've got the camera on you, what do you serve along with your meat when you barbecue?
Actually, my 10-year-old son cooks the meat. He's much better than I am. I've got no patience, but he stands over the barbecue and he makes sure nothing gets burnt. He's fantastic. But with it, I serve, like AJ, I serve a green salad, and often I serve caponata, which is a Sicilian mixture of aubergine is the main ingredient, eggplant, but you can put in red capsicum, olives, pine nuts.
Yeah, quite often known as the Italian ratatouille. Yeah,
the Italian ratatouille. There we go. And so I often serve that alongside it as well.
Okay, cool. And Larry, what do you typically serve with your meat and fish when you barbecue?
Typically, just a garden salad and maybe some Spanish rice and a potato salad.
Okay. What do you guys drink? What do you guys drink in the Caribbean? It may sound like a stupid question. Is it? I mean, because I think Caribbean drink. I think rum.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, a lot of the Trinidadians are now like drinking scotch and vodka, and a lot of people are shying away from rum because of the potential to get diabetes from
really?
from rum. Yeah.
Really?
Because remember, rum is a byproduct of sugar cane.
Yeah. So, that's right.
So basically, I cook with a lot of rum, but I don't drink it.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Larry. Yes, we believe you. Yes, AJ. Right. We're going to go back to AJ for the final words on her recipe before we start saying goodbye.
So we've got a beautiful pepper rub, which I'll put the recipe up for, and I think you'll like that very much. It's just enough. And we've got a lovely rub or marinade, and both of these you can use as a marinade. The 5-spice one, you'd know that one, Aslan, but I just love it. And with poultry, it is sensational. It's really good. And you can use, the other thing is you can use both of these. If you were to do a whole fillet in the oven, you can use them. You know, if you were to do a whole chicken in the oven, you can use this. And the idea is that you do that. Okay? Make sure that you don't overcook your meat. Make sure that you pace yourself. Make sure you leave yourself enough time, because the worst thing you can do in trying to cook meat quickly is to really beef up that barbecue. Yeah. Because all it does is kill it. And just, again, I say it, and I know I say it every time I come on. It's all about the produce. It's all about getting the best produce that you can. Try and get grass pasture-fed beef, because it just has much better flavour and much better living conditions. Try and get free-range chicken, and try and get sustainable fish. It's really important. Okay, I definitely agree. Great, thanks AJ. That was very, very good. We'll come back to you to say when we to leave, but let's go say goodbye to our panelists. To all of you panelists, thank you very much for joining us. Sally.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, Lynn. And AJ, big thank you
thank you for suggesting it, Sally.
And when?
Thank you very much.
When's your new green cooker coming, Sally?
Well, it's supposed to be tomorrow. Hopefully it's Friday. They promised to be tomorrow, but I think it's Friday.
Oh, okay. All right. That's 5 days. Lisa, thank you so much for joining us.
It was a pleasure. I'm sorry I came in late, but anyway, it was a pleasure to be here, and it's nice to see some real barbecue being cooked by a real barbecuer.
A barbecuer. Yeah, there you go. I knew it. Larry, it was good to have you on the show, seeing you on the show again.
Yeah, it's good to be here after a long absence. And AJ, everything looks good on that plate. I am so hungry now. I am going to go in my fridge and take out what I have to take out and start cooking.
Well, that was nice. I noticed, Larry, that you posted a picture of what looked like a great little spatchcock.
Yeah, that was done by my friend Mike Lang from Ohio. He's a grill guy, and he did a turkey. Spatchcock, a turkey.
Spatchcock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. Thank you, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. Everybody in the audience, Carmen, Namal, Jamal, Bruno, Miguel Santos. Thank you again for watching. We're going to go over to AJ in a minute to say goodbye, but let me just tell you, Savor the Flavor is back again this week. We've got 2 episodes. It's a busy week. On Thursday, we're off in Malaysia to see Shannon again. Savor the Flavor is in Malaysia on Thursday, and on Sunday, we're doing Thanksgiving with Joy and Brittany. So watch out for when the events are on. Right, AJ, say goodbye for us, will you?
Guys, thank you for watching. And like Sally suggested, barbecue. And if you want me to cook anything in particular, just let me know, because it's always interesting. And I prefer to cook something that you guys might want to look at, rather than me just going off on some silly tangent. So, again, I'll see you the 3rd weekend. Oh, hang on. Is the 3rd weekend of next month Christmas?
We will, yes, we will. If we have to move dates, we'll move dates. We'll just say we'll see you next month. That's it.
Okay. We'll see you next week. No.
No!
Okay. Morning, come on.
Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Read my lips, AJ. We'll see you next month.
We'll see you next month, and thank you very much. Bye.